So looping is one of the coolest things you can do to come up with cool melodic ideas. And today I'm going to show you how you can do that. I'm just going to use 2 chords for the entire loop. And I'm going to show you the amazing things you can do with that. These are the chords. C major 7 and G major 7. Like this. Now, as you can hear, this is sounding super swirly, super dreamy. That's because all of that reverb and all the delay that's going on. That's a conscious decision because I want to have these things in the background. The more reverb and delay you're using, the more your guitar is in the background. Now, the next thing we want to do, we want to add a layer that is a good complement to those chords. And what I'm thinking of are some inversions. I'm going to show you how to do them, like this. Super nice, but I don't like the sound just yet. I want to use my fingers again, and the sound is too similar to the one that we already have. So one thing you can do to counter that is to switch pickups, so you have some separation in your loop going on. Now this is sounding really nice. Really nicely melodic. Now you have some good separation going on, but all I'm hearing is, a lot of mid-range, a lot of top end, a lot of chiminess. And we want to use some low frequencies as well. That's why I brought a bass today. And with this bass, we can add some low frequencies as well to make this loop a little bit more complete. Something like this. Now this is sounding melodic, but it's not really rhythmic. To make this sound more rhythmic, we can, reinforce the bass notes we're having on the picking pattern. 8th note triplets. Sounds way better to me. Now this is sounding way more driving because we're reinforcing the bass notes that we have in our picking pattern from the beginning. And since the bass is a rhythm instrument, to me that is more fitting with this track. Now before we get back to the guitar, let's try and simulate a drum sound real quick by just slapping some notes on the bass. This is how you can do that. Something like this. Let's loop that. Obviously, it doesn't sound like a drum sound, but it's a cool rhythmic element we can use to make this loop a little bit more complete. Now, next thing is, we can try some different stuff for lead guitar purposes. Obviously, we want to get a different sound now because we want to, separate again from what we already have. And I just kicked in a boost. And I'm going to kick in a 1/4 note delay. Nice sound. Now here's a couple things we can do with this. Obviously your first go-to would be to play something bluesy, pentatonic-y, Now, chances are this is a little bit too boring for you, because it is for me as well. You know, that loop sounds way too dreamy and too melodic to just play pentatonic, so another option would be to play more melodic stuff, like this. Some sixth intervals. Or some more chords. Also great. Or we could combine all these things. Now, another method would be to use a couple, two-note chords to make the sound even more melodic, something like this. Now, if you want to go deeper on these melodic concepts, check out my guitar courses, because they deal with melodic soloing a lot, and we cover all sorts of bases when it comes to solos that are more than just some pentatonics. And I'm gonna play you out with one last solo. Here we go.